Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: the City of Mississauga appoints a new Director of Economic Development. MBOT members kick off a Good Evening Mississauga at Milestones. And our weekly political update with Brad Butt, who has news on a surprise purchase by the Greater Toronto Airport Authority, results of a new economic study in Ontario, and a revealing message from the Canadian Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the City of Mississauga. Just before Christmas, we celebrated the retirement of Susan Amring, the Director of Economic Development. This past week, we welcomed the new Director of EDO, Bonnie Brown. Ms. Brown has been with the EDO for 5 years now, and most recently held the position of Manager of Sector Development. The Mississauga Board of Trade extends a warm congratulations to Ms. Brown as we look forward to our continued relationship with the EDO. Mississauga Board of Trade members know how to welcome in the new networking year as they assembled at Milestones Heartland for a great evening of social networking. And now for our political update with Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. With the passing of Councillor Jim Tovey, the City of Mississauga is now accepting applications to fill his seat on council for the period March 1 to November 30th, after a new councillor will be elected on the October 22nd municipal election. Well, it is important to appoint someone in this role to ensure the city has full representation at both the local and Region of Peel councils. The City of Mississauga will consider its own municipal accommodation or hotel tax this week, placing a 4% charge on all overnight stays, which includes hotels, motels, and short-term accommodations like Airbnbs. Under the provincial regulations, the city will be required to reinvest at least 50% of the funds back into tourism activities to support the very sectors collecting this new levy. The Mississauga Board of Trade has been selected as one of 3 climate-smart chambers across the country to provide support to SMEs to take climate-smart training at a significant discount. We will be rolling out this opportunity shortly. This is very timely given the City of Mississauga's work on developing its own local climate change strategy. The Greater Toronto Airports Authority has purchased the International Centre adjacent to Toronto Pearson Airport as an important strategic investment in the area. The centre will continue operations as normal going forward. While Metrolinx is encouraging the public to comment on and make suggestions for the naming of the stops along the Hurontario LRT by February the 12th. Just go to www.metrolinxengage.com to have your say. The Region of Peel is continuing its review of the Retail Business Holidays Act to determine in the future which days stores and other businesses may open. A public meeting has been set for February 27th for business owners to provide their input. The consultants recently attended a meeting of the MBOT Policy and Government Affairs Committee, and all members have been circulated the online survey so you can provide your input. The Ontario Chamber of Commerce has released its 2nd annual Ontario Economic Report that reveals trends of low business confidence and a climate that discourages growth across the province. Original economic analysis from that report reveals that 77% of Ontario businesses say access to talent remains the largest impact on their competitiveness. With this number increasing from 60% in 2017, Ontario must consider how we are leveraging our greatest asset, human capital. Changes are happening in the leadership of the Ontario PC Party with less than 4 months until the general election. Patrick Brown has resigned as leader, and a leadership contest has been called and expected to be concluded by March the 10th. The provincial legislature is set to return on February 20th, and the Tories will be led by interim leader MPP Vic Fideli until the new leader has been installed. Another round of NAFTA negotiation has concluded with more optimism this time than before. The Montreal round appears to have managed to get a number of areas covered, and the tone and language coming out of the talks is more positive. President Trump did refer in his State of the Union address the other night to trade, but only on deals that are fair to the United States. The Government of Canada is seeking input through the Ministry of Public Services and Procurement on establishing a prompt payment legislation designed to ensure contractors are properly and efficiently paid for work done for the government. Industry sectors affected by this have been calling for this legislation for many years. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce has released 10 ways to build a Canada that wins. This report identifies 10 important ways in which all stakeholders, business, government, the Canadian Chamber, and the local chamber network can improve the public policy environment to support Canadian business growth and build a more prosperous economy for our communities. Using the 10 ways as a discussion piece, chambers across the country will meet with government and other stakeholders to inform and help shape the policy positions and advocacy initiatives to be undertaken through 2018. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On February 7th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On February 8th, a critical seminar on Bill 148, How Much Will It Cost Your Business? A panel of experts break down Bill 148 and answer your questions about this sweeping legislation. On February 13th, the new Minister of Economic Development makes his first appearance at MBOT under his new portfolio. Stephen Del Duca, the former Minister of Transportation, unveils his outlook for Ontario. On February 14th, Good Morning Mississauga celebrates Hazel McCallion Day at Sheridan College. Come out and wish former Mayor Hazel McCallion a happy birthday. Book a speaker spot. Where else can you make over 100 cold calls in just 2 minutes? On February 28th, NGen, the Under 40 networking group, gathers for a social mixer at Scatabush Square 1. Join this energetic group of future business leaders and start developing those all-important professional relationships. And on March 8th, MBOT celebrates International Women's Day with an intimate mixer at the MBOT office. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.